Aloha stock traders, and welcome back to our special edition 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time show where we're going to be doing a review of DDAmanda with the man himself, Hans. He brought his buddy JT on with him, and they're going to be running some scans for us and telling us a little bit more about DDAmanda. Without further ado, welcome to the show, Hans, JT. How you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having us.
I'm
Nice.
doing great. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to have you here. So, take it away, man. Do what you do.
All right, I'm just going to give a brief summary of what DDAmanda is and how she can help you make money. Um, DDAmanda was written. It took 6 years to write. It's an online trading tool. It lets you see the insides of what's happened with any symbol. You can punch in any stock, and it'll give you 120 days of trading, which is 5 months. And it shows the most important thing about DDAmanda is it shows the dollars traded. Okay, to me, volume is meaningless because it depends on the price. So knowing what the dollar volume is on each day is gold. Okay, you can see how much money's flowing through these things. Let me introduce JT, who is probably the hottest stock picker on iHub right now. He just started a new board called JT the DD King Real Time Scans. You want to tell us a little bit about that board, JT?
Sure, thanks. I came across a way of scanning that's a little bit different than everybody else. And if you go on my board, you can see a picture that was a little bit old. I've up to 7 screens now. And what I've done is taken the equity feed platform in conjunction with Amanda. And with the equity feed, I have about, I don't know, probably 40 different scanners and filters all working in harmony.
Wow.
I'm able to really grab everything that's on the market as it's happening in real time by the second or third buy. It's absolutely incredible. The first day, it was so surreal. I didn't think it could be true. And now we're about a month into it, and every day I'm tweaking a little bit more and getting a little bit better. And where Amanda comes in is when I grab a ticker. I've got another window open for Amanda, and I can put that ticker in there, and I can personally run DD on it in less than a minute. See everything I need to see in order to make a judgment whether I want to get in or if it's a pig, and stay away from it. With Amanda, I can look and I can see where the insider buying was. 90 days back. I can see who's in below me, where my entry price is, and how many people are below me that can take me out. There's a button where I can click on iHub and see every post to see who's been playing this, when they were playing it, when they got in, at what price. That really kind of helps in weeding out the iHub pump and dumps. You can really see everything on the market. It's invaluable. And then going on the Nobius or the check over the counter markets to see the share structure, to see what the float is, to check and see who the CPA and the attorneys are, to see if they have a past history of working with pump and dumps. Without Amanda, I would literally have to have a billion windows open, and it would take me 10 times as long to do the same amount of DD. So, I couldn't live without her.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing is we have you just push a button for all the different DD things that you could possibly want. I have top being probably the most important, but you have 1, 2, 3 year charts. You have the 3 month chart. You just push a button. Uh, like you said, the no bias filings, which are awesome. I love the format on those. You push that, and again, like you said, you can literally DD a stock in less than a minute, which is very, very powerful. Um,
And professionally DD it. Not just
yeah,
a little half-ass thing. Like, you want to see if it's a promotion, he's got buttons there for promotion sites, so you can see who's doing the promo and how much they paid and who's talking about it on Twitter and who's talking about it on the message boards.
yep. I mean, Amanda was written by a trader for traders, okay, for a thinking trader. I mean, if you want to follow Momo and try to, eke out a little bit of percentage, that's some guys like to do that. But if you really want to make the big bucks, you need to get in early, and you need to find out if it's a good play or not, or whether you're going to get burned. And Amanda lets you do all that stuff. The other thing that Amanda has in it is some very proprietary scanning technology. You can scan for all sorts of neat stuff, like a low RSI play. You can scan for upcoming MACDs, MACD turning. You can scan for golden crosses that are coming. No other scanner does that. I mean, you have scanners that'll tell you that it's had a golden cross, but you don't have anything that tells you that, okay, this thing's coming up, it's approaching. So it gives you advanced information on this stuff. We can run through, the insider scan is probably the most powerful. It's my favorite. And what this lets you do is look for increased activity where there hasn't been any, okay? Increased dollar activity. And then you can look at those and then put those into a watch list and see what happens the next day and see if this is a verifiable insider run. Because what happens with insiders is, let's say you have a merger, a shell merging into another company. You'll have three entities that know about this. The guys that own the shell, the guys that own the company that's merging in, and the guy doing the deal. And these people, they'll talk sometimes. They'll talk to their girlfriend, they'll talk to stuff, buddies, and they say, pick up a little bit of this. And it'll be subtle. It won't be, it won't be a huge buying, but you'll see, $500, $100 go through where there wasn't anything before. And there's a little bit of noise involved in there because some guys like to go out there and pick up lotto plays. But once it's confirmed, then you know that something's up. And you get this information before anybody else. Nobody else has this. I'm going to run, I'm going to go through a few symbols here. We also have a program called AK Spy, which is a separate program which parses 8Ks and looks for certain phrases like merger, forward split, dividend, that kind of thing. And it's really powerful. But like one symbol here is VSUT, Victor, Sierra, Uniform, Tango. Now, this came up on an AK Spy alert on, when was it? This came up on an AK Spy alert 2 days ago on the 27th. And it ran like crazy after this AK came out, about 200%. But that night, it showed up on the insider scan. It traded, now this one was what I call a high insider. In other words, it traded $50,000 that day and had a factor of 746. And the next day, the day that the AK came out, it closed at 68. Okay, the next day, and you would have been able to play this the next day because you would have seen it on the insider scan. It had a high of 140, 0.0140. Okay, and then closed at 86, which was still 26% up. So that's a recent example of the power that we have here. Another one is Charlie. This was a Q, Charlie, Papa, Tango, Charlie, Q, CPTCQ. And this one showed up in Amanda on the 26th, which was Monday. And it was a trip, okay? It was a trip 03. It closed at trip 03 on Monday. Had an 18 factor, and factor in Amanda is an indicator of how much increased activity there is. It only traded $1,000, and the next day it went up 33%. That was on the 27th, and yesterday it went up another 75%. Okay, so that's another example of what you can find. Another one that's recent is TXHE. Tango X-Ray Hotel Echo. Now this was a pretty big play. It showed up on the insider scan on the 27th, day before yesterday. traded $90,000 out of the blue. It had the highest factor I've ever seen. I mean, this was a trip 06, okay, and it traded $90,000, and of course it shows up on the insider scan. Went up 150% that day and closed at 15. Now, yesterday, and again, you would have been able to trade this. It closed at 36, up 140%, and had a high of 40. Okay, I don't know what it's doing today, but I mean, this again is a great example of the kind of things you can find. As far as here's another one. This one is Alpha Sierra Foxtrot X-Ray ASFX. Now this one's kind of interesting. Again, I don't know what this is. Another trip. I don't know what it's doing today. But this one showed up on the 26th again on Monday with a. It only traded $469. But again, it was 10 factor, which very increased volume. The next day was up 100% at trip 02. And yesterday it traded $1,125 that day. And yesterday it traded $1,199. Now this is increased dollar activity. I don't know if there's anything to this or not, but it's something you can keep an eye on. And the other thing that's really significant here is once you see something on an insider scan, you can immediately go to iHub and look at the posts on it. You just push a button, push the iHub talk button, and you'll see, okay, who's running this? Is there anybody posting on this? You know, is it a pump by a bunch of people? And a lot of times on these insiders, if there's a lot of people posting on iHub, you kind of know that, okay, this is just a pump by somebody. Somebody's trying to move this. But if you don't see any information or very little talk on iHub, that's a really good indicator that, you know, something's up here. Okay, nobody's talking about it, but why is all this activity going through this stock? And you can perk up on that. Another one is ADTR. Now again, this one, Alpha Delta Tango Romeo. Now this one's interesting. I don't know what's going on with this one. But the day before yesterday, they traded $11,000 for some reason. Now this is a little bit higher priced one. It's trading at 3.5 cents. What's level 2 today? I don't know what's going on here. Why would somebody buy $11,000 of this? There's no activity today. It's 3.5 cents by 4 cents. Pretty good bid size. So this one is another one you can kind of keep an eye on. It's an anomaly for something to trade $12,000 just out of the blue, and there's nothing on iHub. Nobody's talking about it that I can see. In fact, the last post on this was back on the 17th of October. Let's what do we got here? Let's run a scan from yesterday. Let's run the insider scan from using yesterday's data. Now, Amanda's not real time. She goes by, it's updated every night. So about 9 o'clock Eastern time. So you can, you know, you've got time to run your scans and DD these things and look for something that has possibilities. Going by yesterday's insider scan or last night's, you can actually run it, you know, anytime. One of the first ones is AIMM, Alpha India Mike. Now this one traded $4,000 yesterday out of the blue. Traded 1 million shares. And what's it doing today? Yeah, it's down 33% on 3 trades at 40. It's 40 by 60 now. Let's see what's on iHub Talk. Let's see if this is being run. Okay. This one looks like Ask Slapper might be involved in this one. He's been posting on it. He posted on it in October. So this could be a front-loaded type of deal. So there again, you're made aware of what's going on. Some other ones that come up on the scan today are LWSP, Lima, Whiskey, Sierra Papa. Now this one traded $124 out of the blue 2 days ago, and it traded $2,000 yesterday. But there was a huge spread on it this morning. I don't know if that's changed now. LWSP. Yeah, there's still a huge spread on it. Trip 7 by 0025. Another one that came up was PREX, Papa Romeo Echo X-Ray. Now this one looks really interesting. It's a higher price stock, 25 cents by 0.298, but it traded, one of the guys found this one. This one traded $13,000 yesterday, whereas before it would trade like 190, 200 type. And it went up 32%. And again, I don't see much on iHub on this one. So this is a really nice one, I think. I don't know what's going on here. The last post on iHub was back in July. So I don't know what happened here. You kind of got to watch it and see if there's any confirmation on this. Looks like there's nice size on the bid. You got 3 guys at 25 cents on the bid lined up, and the ask is 0.298. This is probably a good company. It's OTCQB. That's the other thing. You see your tier levels right away in Amanda, so you get a good idea. What else we got? YTRV, Yankee Tango Romeo Victor. Now this one came up on the scan, but I found out that the CEO on this one is not good. What he's done is move debt into this company from another stock. So again, this is where your DD comes in play. You go to iHub Talk and you find out, what's going on there. Or you can, you go to your filings and look at stuff. What else? Oh, okay. I think there's one more here. Oh yeah, here we go. TLFX, Tango Lima Frank X-Ray. This one is interesting. This came up on the scan yesterday, and it's up huge today. It's up 62%. TLFX.
I'm familiar with that ticker.
Yeah, now this one, okay, I like that. I got some good stuff on this. Okay. On the 23rd, Friday, this thing traded $19,000, had a 15 factor, which, puts it on the insider scan. The next day, had a low of 26, opened at where it closed, but it traded $250,000. Okay, and I like to have this pet theory that once a stock trades over $100,000, she gets what I call superpowers. In other words, you got people in this thing, and there's some serious money has come into this stock, and even if it drops, they will invariably bounce again. Okay, and this is a perfect example of that. So anyway, so you pick her up on the insider scan on 11/23 on Friday. On Monday, she trades $250,000 and goes up 77%. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, she drops 15% and 46%. And you can see all this, and you can see how much money went through. She trades $83,000 on Tuesday and trades $30,000 on Wednesday. And today, she bounces, okay? She bounces off that because she's got power, okay? And today, she's up 62%. She's at 30 by 34. So this is a perfect example of the things you can find and make money on. I want to talk a little bit about something that I found out recently. I guess this has been going on for quite some time, and they burned me on it. And be really careful of tips you get through Skype or in your private messages. Okay, be really careful. You'll get these tips, and what happens is what these guys are doing is they're front loading very low volume, low price shells for a few $100, and then they create fake rumors and fake crap on iHub and basically in PMs on Skype to sell into you. Okay. The perfect example of this was ISON, ISON, which I got burned on. I should be smarter than this, but nobody's perfect. And so be really careful of this. Some of the guys that I believe are involved is Buttonwood on iHub, MoneyPack, who goes by Time Bomb on Skype, and also be very careful of Roger Wilco. I think he's involved in this group too. So just be careful there. And even if you get a tip from a friend, somebody you know well, ask them where they got it from. Okay, and just watch out for that because there's a lot of that going on. JT, you had some you had some information on what's going on with capital gains next year.
Yeah, the capital gains tax is changing dramatically January 1. If you've been in a security for a year and you sell before gosh, I probably should be saying this, is everything's going to drop. If you sell before January, you have no capital gains. If you sell after January, depending on your tax bracket, it can be anywhere from 10 to 33% on capital gains on your game. So I think that's one of the reasons why I don't know if other people have noticed, but I sure have. A lot of the tickers that I've been in for a while, the longer ones have taken some pretty hard hits in the last couple of weeks, and I contribute most of that to this capital gains tax law that's changing.
Yeah, I think this just adds selling pressure to, your normal tax loss December people selling. I mean, December is a great time to be buying because people are just dumping stuff. So that's probably increased this year because of that capital gains change. So there's a lot of bargains out there right now, and you want to be trying to pick up some of these, sit on bid, sit on low bid, and try to snag some of these because in January is usually when everything starts going again. And I have several friends that play this every year. They do the same thing. They grab these cheap shares in December, and in January they make major bank.
I totally agree. I mean, now's the time to mortgage the house and buy all the cheapies and make your
Yeah.
money in January. Then, next year I'm just going to sell everything out by October and go on vacation for a couple of months.
So, we got anything else? Anything else you want to talk about, JT?
No, guess we got all covered. We've got Amanda, and it's you guys. Anybody wants to visit my site? It's free. You'll be able to get my picks for free and check it out for yourself. See how it works for you.
Yep, that's JT, the DD King real-time scans on iHub. Just do a search for it. I'm just going to recap Amanda again. Like I said, this tool, it started out as a desktop application. I was just using it for myself and a couple of friends of mine, and then we converted it to online. And like I said, it's a extremely powerful tool. Even though I wrote it, I was kidding today. Even I only know 30% of the power of this thing. It's just amazing what you can do. These scans are just incredible. And you get all your DD, like I said, at the push of a button. You can DD a stock very, very fast. We also have a Skype room for DDAmanda traders, and and we have some really really good people in there. It's a small room. There's no pumping, so if you become an Amanda member, you'll be added to that room, and we get other tips too. We get Nevada reinstatements within minutes. Okay, and so that's a very powerful thing. Those reinstatements run like crazy, and we've got the front edge on that. You'll get them before anybody else will. So it's a well worth it.
Yeah, that's a great asset. Getting those reinstatements, and then we also have a couple of guys that are really in with on the inside with promoters and stuff, and they're able to give us a heads up in the morning
Yep.
what's coming, what not to get into. It's it's the best chat room out by far.
Yeah, it is.
By
It's
far.
not like a normal Skype room. There's no pumping any of that. It's just we're strictly business, try to make money. And yeah, there's some awesome people in there. Got my phone going on. I just turned it down.
I got a question for JT.
Sure.
Hey JT, that picture there, is that your trading setup?
Hey, you like that? No.
Nice, man.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you meant my picture on iHub.
Yeah, that's I'm
The
looking at the
little
picture
baby
on your
jam.
on the
I
iBox.
started to teach me a lesson because they said I sent out 5 posts in one day instead of 2, so they put me in
Oh yeah, I
jail.
saw you were in jail too, but I was actually speaking about the
Oh
five
yeah, yeah.
screen setup there.
We're both transmitting from jail. We're bunkmates. I mean,
Nice.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
guys getting
actually
close in there or what?
what's that?
You guys getting close in there or what?
Oh god. Oh, anyway, yeah. Back to the picture. That was a picture of the first setup. I've kind of evolved since then. I've added 2 more screens,
Nice.
and then I've added virtual desktops. So I really have a total of 56 screens if I really get going. But I
Wow.
only use about 15 right now, and then I'm able to navigate through them. I've got a speed pad, and then that I've configured for trading, and then I'm in the process now of creating macros for voice activation. It's coming along slowly, but just time is everything. Every second counts. So I think within a few months, when I really get this thing tuned, it's going to just explode exponentially. I mean, it already has. From the first day, I think my success rate was like 99%.
Wow.
And every day I'm averaging, I think no less than 80%, and a couple of days 100%. I mean 100%. That's strong when you're picking between 20 and 50 tickers in a day. And there's some bad ones in there that I don't have time to really fully DD them when I'm scanning. So then I put them out there, and then I allow other people to use Amanda and go through and kind of get a gist of if it's something we want to play or. But I just throw everything up on the board, and if you're viewing the board, if you run a DD, I mean you're going to see what's happening real time. There's very little that gets past me, so and on a daily basis, if you watch that and even go back into the history, because a lot of times I'll notice and remember tickers. I won't post the same one twice usually. So if it ran on Tuesday and it's running again on Thursday, I won't post it again. So you got to kind of keep track of, do your own DD.
Yeah, no doubt. Good stuff. So one last question. What is your I know you said yours was the insider scan. That's your favorite, Hans?
yes.
What's your favorite scan, JT?
On Amanda,
Yeah.
well, I hate to say, but I really don't use it all that much because I'm so busy with all 15 other screens and scanners going.
Right.
Amanda's great for after the fact if I want to go back in and see if I missed something. But I mean, I'm so overloaded as it is by the end of the day. I mean, I got 56 picks that I found during the day. It's not like I really want to go on Amanda and find a couple more.
Right. So you basically go in and use DDAmanda to do your due diligence.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
I mean, I firmly believe there's nothing else even close to it anywhere. I mean, that's how Hans and I met. I saw this and I'm like, oh my God, I have to have it. And I joined. He's like, "How did you find me?" I do DD. That's why somebody named me JT the DD King. I found you, and I need this. And so then once I dug in and used it, it's like a microwave. How could you live without one?
I hear you. Thinking of that, I got to go get a new microwave. Mine's all rusted out. Thanks for the reminder, JT. Well, it's been one hell of a show, guys. We appreciate you guys coming on, and you're welcome back anytime. I think I heard a rumor. Correct me if I'm wrong, but STT told me you're going to start coming on a weekly basis, Hans.
We're thinking about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know this one we kind of threw this one together pretty quick, but next time I'll get my end set up a little bit better. I know I was a little bit jumpy there,
All right.
and we'll see what we can do. See if we can rock it a
we
little
can
better.
come up with maybe 3 of the best ones that we pick on the insider scan and what have you, or maybe even do a Golden Cross scan or a MACD scan.
Yeah, I'd like to actually go through and set one up. I mean, you got so many things on here. I see the 100K times, the days, the 100K change, the MAC delta. I mean,
Right.
maybe we could go through it on our next show, and you show me exactly how to set it up, because I know a handful of people that have signed up that are still having a hard time wrapping their heads around it.
Yeah, well, there's different levels. I mean, you can start with like an insider scan or Golden Cross scan. Those are pretty simple, but then you can get more advanced. You can use the RSI value. Like my buddy Scott, he loves to find these low oversold plays. I call it the Scott special, and he looks for low or RSI, halfway decent, outstanding plays, and he's making major bank on those.
Well,
You know,
cool, man.
another thing that scanner's good for is finding shells. There
Yeah,
really is a good place or a scanner to really dig and find some really good shells. And Amanda's about the only scanner that will do that.
Yeah, I dig it. I'm pretty much like you, JT. I go back after the fact and use it for DD. Follow the money.
Yeah, to me, the most important thing is looking at the fact on the history, because then I can see really, where the insiders are loading up. And if the insiders are loading up, I want to load up with them.
Copy that.
And there's nothing else that I've ever seen that will show you that in the way Amanda does. It's probably proprietary, isn't it, Hans? Is there anything else that will do something
Oh
like
yeah.
that?
No, I haven't found anything. Guys say, "Oh, I got an equity scan. I can do that." And I go, "No, you can't." So anyway, it's DDAmanda.com. If anybody, we haven't even mentioned that yet. That's the website. So sign up for less than half a cup of Starbucks a day.
Nice. Do they get a little discount if they use a STT?
Oh yeah. Let's get. You want to tell them what your promo code
I don't
is?
know. You tell them.
The STT radio promo code is. Let me see here real quick. You have a couple of them. The new one, I believe, is. Yeah, use this promo code. It's STI123. That's Sam Tango India 123. STI123. Use that promo code. It'll save you $10 a month. You get it for $50 a month.
Nice, man. Well, we appreciate that, Hans, that hooking up the boys over here at STT and taking care of our investment community and being smart enough to actually come up with this stuff. I can barely even get an email sent nowadays, and you're building a proprietary scanner due diligence platforms. It's an honor to know somebody with a brain. JT, thanks for coming on. It was good making acquaintance with you once again. I've seen you around in the rooms. Now you're my contact. I'll be spamming you.
All right. Well,
All
thank you
right.
for having
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, guys. You have a good day. Safe trading, and we'll hook back up soon on the other side.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Aloha.